So, for those of you that are just going to be rolling in and watching the replay, this is a blank canvas, and we are going to paint on here a painting to celebrate summer's life. So, I've gessoed the board and I've got it ready. I've got it on an easel. I'm not a professional, okay? This is just me sharing my love for summer and with you guys. And I've never done a recording of my paintings. So, hey, how are you, Satyam? Okay, guys, so I won't be looking at chat much, but I will be talking a little bit here and there as I go. I figure this is going to take us probably right till 7, and then we're going to hang this up as our backdrop for our lives. So all I'm doing is basically pretending I'm Bob Ross. There are no mistakes. We're just going to put some paint and color to this canvas and use colors that bring us happiness when we think of how beautiful summer moon Utah is. I mean, her light never dies. Her light is eternal, just as yours is. Let's add some color to the board. I don't know. How about a little bit of this blue and a little bit of that blue? Just grab some blue here. Now, one thing I will tell you when I paint, always work toward the center, because you really want for the eye, you really want the sides darker. And so I just put some, and I'm rough with it. I don't let it get away. I really pound it into the canvas. We're going to paint, you want the sides darkest, so that's why I work inward. Now this is just a little Walmart canvas or some canvas like that. And so it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to get some color on the board anyway. I feel like I should hold it. I normally tape it down, but I was like, whatever. I had to dig my paints out. I haven't painted in about a year. I usually paint when I go camping. But I figured this will be something to give you guys an idea of how to just take a hold of something. I mean, I've never done a live and painted in my life, but here we are. So we've got to get to a place in our life where we quit worrying about what everybody thinks and we celebrate the life that we have with who we have, right? And I think that summer has really brought to light a lot of our feelings that we knew was going on. We knew kids weren't being treated right. And it's almost like it made us so sick to our stomach we couldn't do it. But summer brought us brave. Summer got us very brave. And she taught us that the only way to face the hidden demons is to look at it in the light, right? Because if we just leave it there, it's just going to get worse. And so we have to bring things into light. We're about done with the sky here. We're just going to give it a little thing. Then we'll put some clouds or something in it for. You're not going to see much of this because of where we're going with this. Now let's smooth it out. Give it a little of that. I can see a couple places we need more paint. That's another thing. You cannot be afraid to splash some paint. You have to be able to really get that board saturated. And so many people think that, you got to be so perfect when really the sky is perfect, but it has a lot of different things about it, right? Okay, let's just smooth that out. We'll keep all that. Come back over here where we need some, I don't know, maybe some white in here, huh? Lighten it up. Maybe we'll make this be a cloud. Kind of looks like that's what's happening. Okay, if it's a cloud, I'll tell you, you want to wisp up because clouds kind of get the wind under them. You want to wisp it up and then just kind of go over it like, boom. Ta-da! We got sky. There it is. Now, let's go ahead and think of a little bit of the mountains area, right? That summer lives in. Let's paint some mountains. I don't feel like changing my brush that much. So I think we're just going to leave the white in. Let me find some green. I couldn't find all my paints, you guys, because my middle son came home from college, and I had to empty out the spare bedroom, right? So I got this idea because I was like, what do you want me to do, Summer? And she wanted to paint. And I'm like, all right, well, we're going to paint. So it was weird because my grandmother was an artist. And I have not thought of her in a long time, to be honest, because she passed away like 20 years ago. And I think of her from time to time. Well, she used to live in a little tiny little maybe 500 people town. And it was called Union, Oregon. And she lived there for quite a long time. And she was a like local famous artist. Well, guess what? Norm Caldwell lived across the street, right? He was my age at the time. And we're just going to start putting some land in here for now. He was my age, so we're together about the same age. And all of a sudden, he, out of what? I don't know how many years. Well over 30 years. This man messages me. I don't even know how he knew to get in touch with me. Like, how? And he was one of my grandmas. Like, she took kids under her wings, right? And she would be like, well, this kid's getting into some trouble. I'll offer him some odd jobs, like painting my shed stuff. And she'd go out there and she'd talk a little bit of religion. She was very religious. But she'd talk about Jesus, and she took these kids under her wing. And he said, I felt the essence of Nettie. That was her name, my grandma Nettie. I felt the essence of Nettie today. And that was my cue. My grandma wants me to paint too for summer. So you don't really care when you're painting what it really is meant to do for your picture. Like, I don't have a set picture in mind. You just want to let that paint do what it's going to do. See, and then it just kind of does its own thing. And it's all with intent. You want long stroke. Look at the size of the brush, you guys. Very big, right? We've got a sky. We've got mountains going on, like summer lived in the mountains, right? Let's get a little bit of lighter color. Maybe a little yellow wouldn't hurt. Hold on, we got yellow coming. So anyway, my grandma Nettie was a painter. Well, when I was 4 years old, I woke up one day and we were staying in a motel. My mom was into drugs and she was doing terrible things, but I won't get into that. And she had decided that it was just done. She didn't want to be a mom anymore. I don't know her state of mind, but there was 2 single-dollar bills on the end table. Now I'm giving you all a true story. So the first day, I made it just fine. I went in there just like I had often done at 4 and 5, and just took the money and told the lady that my mother wanted me to pick up 2 hamburgers. Well, hamburgers were 50 cents in that day, telling my age here. And she asked for $50 on that second time. So the second day, she's like, $50, and I ripped the dollar and gave her half. And she's like, oh, that won't work. Oh my golly, y'all, the tears came in because I realized I had no more food money, and that's what keyed them off. So they tried looking around for any living relative. They went off of the registry, and my mom had luckily used her maiden name. All right. So her maiden name went right back to my grandmother, and they found my grandma. Now I'm in Tennessee, believe it or not. Yep, you got it. And now the, I guess you'd call them CPS, but more or less just a child protective care. You know, they came in. I don't remember any of that. It must have went good. But my grandma came across the United States from Oregon. Well, actually, she had been in Montana, and she was moving to Oregon, and she was going to take me with her. So she raised me as her own, and she was a painter. And she was like a Bob Ross painter. I mean, she could put that paint on, and it was just unbelievable. She had a talent that took you in, that told a story, right? And I always admired that about my grandmother. Well, she's come to my mind. And with that, I was thinking, wow, you know, all the trauma we go through, we have to celebrate something beautiful. Summer's birthday is today, and I'm going to tell you guys a story about why Summer adores that swing. Because I know. So when I moved in with my grandma, it was a big greenhouse in Union, Oregon. Okay? Let me move this board a little bit. We got to get kind of down on the bottom. And I had never been seen in my life. And you don't know what that means, maybe. Maybe you were seen. I don't know. But I was not noticed. I was not cared for. I did not know how to use silverware. Now, you can doubt me all you want. This is the true story. And my grandma taught me manners. She took me to church and she taught me all kinds of wonderful, wonderful things. Well, in the meantime, she went and she got a piece of wood. It was probably about 9 inches and it was thin. And she turned around and drilled holes in it and got a rope. And she made me a swing in the apple tree in the yard. Let me tell you, my hair, I had long, long, long blonde hair. It went all the way down my back. My hair would get so filthy from the dirt dragging across there as I, love that swing. And I always felt safe on that swing. Like I had found a place that I'm moving. They can't touch me. They can't hurt me. I'm loved. I don't want this to ever end. I want to touch the top of the tree. And if I could swing as high as I could, man, I would go to town. And Grandma said that when I got on that swing one time, she was painting. She had to wash out a brush. And she said, oh my God, I looked out that window, Dannie, and you were 5 years old, just barely 5. And she said, you were glowing with happiness. She said, it was incredible. I said, I was in the spirit, I think. I mean, I was just so grateful to have something solid when you got me, So this is, not only is this my Grandma Nettie painting, but this is what summer wanted. So, now what do you guys think of that so far? We got some Tennessee hills through there. We got a beautiful sky. Let me come over to chat on the top side. Whoops. I just tripped over the board. Mrs. Bob Ross, I would love to be Bob Ross. We'll make some happy little trees in here. I want to challenge you guys on something as we paint. So I want you to think about, how do we make things change? Well, I'm about to jump ship here. We're gonna bring in some little bushes, right? But first, I kind of feel like we need to get a smaller brush now. Let's get that one washed out. We are going to put Summer's tree on here, y'all. Okay, because we want to get that swing going. So we're going to take some really good, I don't know what color brown. We'll call it summer brown. And we're going to take a little yellow and a little white. And we're just going to get some colors in here. Really doesn't matter if we mix it up. We just want her swing, right? So we're going to put a tree, I don't know, Bob Ross it, all the way up here. Okay? And now, maybe this, I'm like channeling Bob Rothschild. Okay, maybe we just come up through here, and we'll figure out where we go from there. Let's get some more color on that. But yeah, as I swung on my swing, I was so protected by the universe, and I knew it. I was completely loved. I felt like that was the safest place on this planet. Like, nobody could catch me. I was like moving. What were they going to do, right? In that, I found freedom. One day I asked my grandmother when I was real little there, I said, well, who is that I feel like watches over me? She said, oh, baby, that's God. I said, oh, I don't think he has a name, Grandma. She argued, but to this day, I don't think he truly does. But one thing I do think, I think he lives in everything that we experience in life. I think he's with us all the time. And I think that tree, that tree in our life, our tree of life, has some corruption to correct, right? So I got to thinking about that. And I'm like, man, what if every single year on Summer's birthday, we all go that spring at some point, whatever that point is, and we planted a tree? What do you think? It would be giving the children a new future. It would be putting roots down, which is what they need. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Trying to get it just right. I don't know, something like that. Let's get some lighter color in there, make it look like it's got some life to it. Let's get some color in there. Now, I got too much, so I just simply wipe off my brush, right? And then we're going to go back in and we're going to get the darker color, and then watch as we go over it. We don't care. We don't care what kind of mess we make because it's a tree. So it's going to have all kinds of different parts to it. But I will tell you, we have the lightest part over here, so we're going to start carrying that over a little bit. Yep, just like this. And we'll bring that lighter side down. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's a tree. We're going to have leaves on it and all that good stuff too. Now we need to get a different brush that has more of, like you would think of writing, it's a line brush, if you will. And that line brush, you need some really loose paint. That's why I call it loose paint. So we're going to mix it up. I got this little thing here. This is what I use. Nothing special. All right. And then we're going to, I don't know. I know a lot of people go up. I go down. I figure out where I want the branches. And like I said, you really want to get that so it's a line. And whatever. Because you can't really mess up a tree, right? Now we're going to need a big branch though, because we want her swing coming down, right? So let's go way over here, and we'll make this one be real, like crazy old, but strong, right? We want it to look strong, so we're going to fill in a little bit here. We'll bring that down, get a lot more paint on it. What's the matter, Gretchen? She's gotten so old she can't even get in the chair anymore. So she's got me as an elevator. All right, guys. We'll fill that in a little while. But yeah, so what do you guys think about planting a tree? What do you guys say? Should we plant a tree? Yes, happy 6th birthday, beautiful summer. So every time I add a branch, it's maybe weird, but I add strength to the vine, if you will. Like I rejoin it, and then I just follow it along, because it would have to be stronger to hold more branches, I always figure. We'll go right in here. Like this one's going to come off the board, and then it's going to be all weird. Like it got all janky. Maybe lightning struck the tree right there, and it got all weird. We'll just go with whatever, because we're going to put leaves on it anyway, so it's not like you're going to see half of them. But whatever, right? Okay, we'll put some more over here. I don't know. It's whatever you want it to be. As Bob Ross said, there's just happy little accidents. We'll put some that come up, cross over. Maybe it carries on down, gets all jaggedy through here. Oh, this looks weird. All right, we'll fix that. Because, well, we can always put some leaves over it too. But let's make it like it had more girth and it broke or something. Yeah, that looks a little better. It doesn't look so weird. All right, maybe something came across here. And it went up and sideways and down. I don't know. Just put a whole bunch of like stringy stuff, because like I said, you're going to see some of it and most of it you're not. Okay. So yeah, I kind of thought this was what we should do, is paint for summer and then hang it up in our YouTube office, if you will. So we have inspiration, and it's about transmuting the energy, you know. It's a hard case, and we all love summer so much, and we want this over. We want her home. We want justice. And at the same time, we don't always get that appreciation of divine timing because we don't understand it, but we don't have to, right? We just have to trust that it's all going to work out for us, and we're going to get justice for summer no matter what. It will happen. The truth always comes out. True beans, true that. Okay, I think that's enough little vines. What do you guys think? Is that good? Or should we, I mean, I've been doing vines for days. Maybe this is all yanked up like it broke. I don't know. I could get carried away sometimes, so you got to tell me to stop. All right, y'all. Done with that. Okay. That's what we got so far. How you doing? I love you guys. All right, now we need to get some beautiful lush greenery on here. So we want to dry it for a minute. Let me grab a drink because we can use some of the dark. Okay, let me see what kind of greens I've got. But yeah, this when Noah, my son, was born and when Quentin was born, I planted a tree. And I feel like, I don't know, I felt so inspired by that idea of planting a tree for them. Oh, here's some big bottle of green, y'all. We're good. It don't matter what kind of green, because you can darken it or you can lighten it. You can add yellow, you could add whatever. If you add like a red to it, you'll get a really cool brown. But we just want a medium color. And we want something weird for a brush. Something like, I don't know, that we can just jab at the board. How's that sound? I haven't painted in like a year. So I'm going to grab some yellow. I think brown got in it too. A little bit of white. Not much white. Okay, here we go. See this? It's just a bunch of junk on there. And we're just going to start off. Think about what we want. We want like the color up in here, but we kind of want to see some of this. So let's start off over here. If this is where we want it to be the lightest, we're going to start at the place we want it to be the heaviest, okay? And you just do whatever. It really doesn't matter. You'll find that like when you've got the yellow and the green, you can work it out to where it's like sometimes you get the green, sometimes you get the yellow. It really doesn't. And then we'll do a little bit down here, not much. All right, boom, done. We can go back and hit this stuff with some yellow later, kind of give it a little highlight. All right, here we come over here. We're going to do, and it doesn't matter also if you don't get the same green twice, you know, because trees are not alike. Like they're lighter in some areas, and we'll skip a whole bunch so you can see some of the tree there. That's why I said, it really doesn't matter what your branches look like. Now I'm going to cover it up a little bit more. We'll get a little bit of yellow in there because you can see so much of the branch on this one. So we'll just hit it pretty hard at certain spots. We don't want to cover it all up. Whatever. Like literally, you can't mess up a painting because there's no rule. You cannot mess up. Let's go across it a little bit. Let's start building a tree up here. We'll go all the way up to the top so it looks like it disappears and there's a little canopy here. Okay. We'll leave some peekaboos. Like you can see some there. Put a little bit of yellow in there. We'll go right in here and put a highlight. Like you want that yellow more on, and if like now I'm not getting yellow on my brush, it's just turning it green. Just wipe your brush out. You don't need to clean it because you still want a little bit of that green. And come in with quite a bit of that yellow. Let it dry a little bit. I am using acrylics. I don't believe in doing oils because I don't have the patience. I'm a Gemini. And now see, I'm just going over the edges just to give it a little bit of definition. Here we go. Let's do it. I got a little bit of brown in there too. How's that? Okay, we'll do a little bit over here, but really this would be the darker side, so we don't want to mess with that too much, right? And if you see something you don't like, fix it. It's wet. It changes, right? Okay, maybe we got a little one down here like that. Just kind of cute. All right, now we got this whole side over here to do, so let's grab some green, grab some yellow, smash it around. Maybe a little more yellow this time, just because the brush is getting so loaded. And it really doesn't matter because it's all an illusion. You're not really doing the canopy. It's just making people think that you are. So we're going to come bring this down here a little bit. And maybe this. A little bit down here. Maybe a little bit on this one. Doesn't matter because it's all perfect. I like this canopy. This is going to be awesome because if you were under this and this was your swing, it would feel so solid. Like you'd have the shade, right? Okay, we're going to get some darker areas right in here just by grabbing only green. Just hit where you want it to be darkest, like it's getting thicker up in here, wherever you think it should be thick. And now we're going to go back. We're going to wipe out the brush. Now, I gently wipe my brushes. I'm very careful with my brushes because they last me forever. We're going to grab even a little bit of white and a little bit of the green and a little bit of the yellow, and we're going to get some, I don't know, little highlight areas. Okay? So we want to do something in here. This would be a lot of darkness here, but down in here maybe. And maybe up in here a little bit. Maybe right on the edges. Maybe on the bottom. Okay, guys. What do you think of our tree? I got to quit. See, that's the thing is you got to quit when you get there. What do you guys think? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this should fill in a little bit. Like it's got to be a fuller tree. I do. And we'll put some highlights on the outside edge. There. And maybe bring this down a little bit. Close this up. Make that a little bit weird. Give it a little bit of highlight. Okay. How's that, guys? We good? All right, y'all. I want to add, now this is dried. We can get into this a little bit with some brown before we jump over to the swing. How are we doing on time? You guys, we've only been at it for 20 minutes and look how far we've got. Isn't that beautiful? See, God works in you when you quit fearing. I was a little nervous. I'm like, oh no, I got to come on and do a live. Uh-oh, I'm going to paint. What if I screw it up? What if I don't? What if I'm absolutely wonderful at this, you know? You just got to kind of go with life. You just got to. I'm just making some shrubbery. We'll come back to this in a little bit. Doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm kind of done with the tree part. I don't need that brush. So y'all, as Bob Ross, my favorite painter in the world besides my grandma Nettie, I'm going to beat the devil out of it. Yep. We're going to beat the devil out of it. And we're going to get that clean as a whistle. Because we want to preserve our brush. So, here's how I beat the devil out of it. There we go. Now that brush is ready to go for next time, see? All right, y'all. We got to switch gears. And I need a little bit of a flat brush to get some of that bark pulled out. I found it. Right, we're going to take a little bit of this green and some sienna. It's like a burnt brown, but it's got some red in it. We're going to take that. And we're just going to play like, give it some highlights because the light is coming. Obviously, it's lighter on this side of the sky. It's more white. The tree's got lighter colors, so that's the side we're going to play on. And we're only going to hit little places because it goes a long, long way. So maybe in here a little bit. And it thickens it up, but we'll get it in there. And then, let's see, right here you'd see it. We'll give it a little bit down through here. Like I said, you can pretty much play like you're in school. You don't got to worry about how it's going to look. It's going to come out absolutely perfect. It really will. When you release your fear and let it fly. Okay, let's get some more of that color. That was pretty cool. I feel like this side of the limb would show right up in here a lot. Like maybe a little bit here. And then, yeah, this, I feel like this has got to almost have more. More. We're just going to bring that down with a hard line. Okay. I dipped it in the purple. So we have purple coming in on the tree. I did not know I did that. And isn't purple summer's color? See, she's mixing in her colors in our tree. We're going to leave some purple in this tree. Oh, look at that. That just made it so much prettier. Where is that color? Where did I get purple from? That's black. I don't even know if I have a purple. Oh yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong color. All right, we're going to put a little purple in the tree, y'all. Because Summer wanted it, so it's her tree anyway. Oh, it's dark. So let's take the circle. Okay. Oh, what a beautiful shadow. There are only happy little... There's never mistakes. Just happy little accidents. Hey, let's make this look like a knot. We'll put that darker there. We'll go get some of this color. And we'll just kind of start making this look like it's a place that's really light. We'll grab some yellow. Maybe even a little bit of green in there. We'll just kind of mix it so it starts looking kind of like washed out there. Maybe some mosses in that area. I don't know. That looks cool. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's do a little bit up here, like where the tree trunk comes together. Oh, it didn't do it. Oh, there it is. I'm catching the line. We're making little lines. I'm catching the wave. There, yay! All right, y'all. So I'm going to smooth some of them out. Give that tree a little bit of uniqueness to it. We're going to leave that just like that. Okay. That look pretty cool? How's everybody doing out here? I'm coming up top side to peek at you. If I can get it to work. Did I lose you? There you are. Hi, beautifuls. Woo, I almost fell. Okay, let's get some shrubbery down here. So we're going to have to put some dirty stuff down here because you know how stuff is. So we'll just put some markings down here where I kind of want some of my shrubbery. And then I kind of feel like, you know, Summer really likes to run on that swing. And we get this really weird, like worn out spot right about in here, right? Because this is where her little feet go. And she wears it down to hardly no grass, right? I need a bigger brush. Let's do the big brush. Let me dry it out real quick and beat the devil out of it, as Bob Ross would say. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of white, a little bit of sienna, mix it kind of weird, like, you know, that. Let's see, a little bit yellow. Okay. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a sway because it actually gets kind of weird right in there, like where the kid wears it down to nothing. And we'll just come out here. It's almost like a circle. All right. Now, you're like, okay, that looks all right. But, y'all, here's how you make it work. You wash the brush out, okay? And you still want it damp. And you pull it. Oh, I got to hold it. Hold on, y'all. You pull it back and forth and blend it into the area. And then if you went too far anywhere, you simply grab that color. Like I'm going to take a little bit of this yellow and a little bit of this green. I'm going to bring it back in. See? And clean it up. And then it kind of blends it. Whoop, what did I do there? Perfect. I don't know what I have on the board here. I must have dripped some black. I'll grab a little, I don't know, a little yellow, a little green. We'll darken that up so you don't see where I dripped the black. Okay, now we're starting to get some depth in our picture, right? I wash the brush and I'm just kind of going over it, smoothing it out, giving it a little place where she used to run. How's that look, y'all? I feel like we need some bushes over here. So we're going to go with that weird, like, line brush. Nah, wait a minute. Un momento. We're going to get this little guy. We're going to put some little sticky brushes and put some, like, dried flowery stuff. So we're just going to kind of, we're making the place where the bushes are. I don't know where they are. There's tough of grass over here, apparently. Wherever you plan on putting, you know, a little bit more land, you just add it. Like you just put your dirt where you're going to put your flowers. Maybe we're going to put some flowers down here too. Or this is where a good place is, over here. All right, now we go back to the green. And we want to leave that dark color. You're not washing your brush, okay? And you're just going to hit it. Because this is going to have flowers coming off of it. Because you know Summer loves flowers for real. We know this. And I'm not hitting the bottom of the patches. I'm just kind of going over the top. And it's not even got to be perfect. It's just places. This one will probably fill in across the top there. Make it look a little whatever. It really doesn't matter. Okay. And now I'm going to take my brush and I'm doing circles to kind of blend it in on the bottom. But I'm not messing with that top part. Not so much over here because I want those just like that. But over here. And it gives you that illusion that there's actual like land there. Now we're going to switch over and get some flower colors. So I got to wash this out. We're going to put Summer Swing on this too. Okay, what color flowers? Let's see, we definitely want pink and purple, right? So let me get some colors going here. All right, I've got like a red and a white. And I'm just hitting it here and there, like at the top of the bushes. So it looks like some flowers there. Maybe there's something there too. I need a little bit more paint. Okay. Really, we need yellow. I feel like we need yellow flowers too. Okay, where'd our yellow go? I think I used all our yellow. We need more. Is this yellow? Yellow. Bright sunshine. All right. Ooh, we got some pretty colors on the board. And you have to kind of like get your thing dabbed to where it's full, right? And it's kind of spread out a little bit. And then just hit it in different little places. And then you can come back and add more yellow or whatever it is that, I don't know, I feel like it gets kind of crazy over there. There's like a lot more growing on the sides because she don't run there as much. Let's get some yellow over in here. I don't know why. Some yellow and white over here. I feel like we just need to. I don't know what's going on. Maybe a little cottony stuff. Maybe there's a little bit up in there or up in here. Maybe there's something up there. A little bit there. And I'm just jabbing it at the board. I'm not like trying real hard because that'll mess it up. If you try to paint flowers, you'll mess it up. You just gotta pretend like you know what you're doing. And you don't want to do it everywhere. You just want to kind of hit it. I feel like a little bit more white in here. Now we're going strictly white. And we'll just hit it in certain places to really give it a bite. And call out to certain ones, you know, and it just gives it depth. Okay, are we ready for Summer Swing? How long have we been doing this? About 40 minutes, y'all. I think I'm ready for Summer Swing. I'm excited. Okay, Summer, we're going to gift you back your swing, baby girl. All right, let's see. I'm going to take a little bit of the black, a little bit of brown, a little bit of sienna. And Summer Swing is not got two lines, you know. It's just one she holds in the middle. And then it's got like a disc. So that's what we're going to paint. I'm loosening up the paint so that it comes out like ink. Because you want to be able to have control as you draw this line. And then let me show you, like Bob Ross would say. You're just going to swirl it and try to get a good point on it. So where do you think? If we're coming up from here, and we got to kind of be straight. So I'm going to tip the brush this way, because if I try to do it this way, I'm going to go one way or the other. So let's get some more paint. Let's get a little bit more water. Let's mix up our concoction. See, it's still a little bit thick. Okay, I keep dipping. Now see, it's more like ink. Does that look good to y'all? Okay. So if we look at this, we want to kind of stay parallel to the tree. Oh, I lied. We're going to go this way. So this must be the rope up there that holds on to it. We'll just paint that right away. Okay. Not too bad. Apparently it's got a little wiggle there in the middle. Okay, here we go. Yay! we'll get some white and some of this reddish color, a little bit of this brown, and we're going to get that watered down, maybe a little yellow too. We want to get like a highlight color. Like I really want a difference. I want like a little bit of orange in there. I almost feel like we need water. If you start making mud on your palette, just stop. Rinse your brush completely out. You start with the fresh color that you're aiming for. And then you add the color you've made the mud with just to soften it a little bit. Because that mud is powerful. And oh, I love to make mud. All right, we're going to give this a little bit like, whatever, some highlights. So we got to follow the same path. Yay! All right, guys, let's use that same stuff. Let me get some more water. And we're going to put Summer's Swing underneath. We're going to start this time with the lighter color. All right, you're barely going to see it, y'all, because I'm just making a marker. It's just a little disc. Now I'm going to rinse it out, and we're going to hit it with black and darker colors to really kind of add the... With acrylics, you want to kind of go sometimes from the dark or from the light to the dark. So I'm going to take one of these brown colors here. All right. And we're just going to go around the little swing. Because it's probably, in this story, it's made out of wood, like my grandma made me. Only I had two parts to my swing. And since one side's darker than the other, you got to remember that when you do your swing, too. All right. Now, I think there's a little bit more worn out spots, so we're just going to do a little bit of this. And then we'll come back and we'll catch it real quick with a bigger brush that smooths it out with a little tiny bit of water. It's just a shadowy kind of thing. So we're just, oh, I had some light in mine. Oh, boy. We're going to wash that out. We're going to start with a darker color and cover that right up. So I'm completely cleaning my brush because I had water in it. Now, to get rid of that, we'll just smooth it out. And now we have highlights because you cannot make a mistake with paint, right? Okay, let's get some more of that darkish reddish, like stainy color. And just make a little path for Summer. So that she can, maybe she runs off sometimes off into the grass here to go back to the house. So we'll leave this little path. And we'll add a little bit dark to it. I'm just going back and forth in like a swaying motion, kind of like a moon, like a summer moon. All right, now we'll hit some little dark in there. I don't want to go quite black, but I want to go like a darker brown. And for me, when it gets darker, it gets closer. And we don't want to cover a lot of this up, so we're just going to hit it in places because we want to keep that real nice red in there. But we want to, you know, there's places where maybe there's a rock right here, you know, and so you just paint it. Yeah, there's a rock there. Now we'll put a little bit of light on the side of it to kind of highlight it. I don't know, a little bit of blue. Maybe a little bit of red. We'll see. I feel like it's going to be yellow. I don't know. Yep, it's yellow. So apparently this rock is that color. It's that color today. There's a little bit of fuzz on it, so I'm going to get that off. I don't know if I had a fuzzy wuzzy on my brush. But there y'all go. We're going to sign it. And that is my picture to celebrate her beautiful life. She has her swing back. I feel like we should put Summer's name on here somewhere. And I think we'll call it Summer Hope. Okay? Because she has brought us hope. Now, what color should we do it? Right here. We'll do it in like a yellow. Oh, no. Oh, no. I heard. Summer told me. What's her color? Purple. So let's get our water. We're going to water it down like ink. I'm going to come up to top side when I'm done. I just wanted to share this with y'all. Have a little fun. Celebrate Summer's world here with her so that she can enjoy herself. And what do we want to put over here? We want to put... What do y'all want to put? Summer what? Happy birthday, Summer? Or... We love you, Summer? Or... I don't know. I'm thinking. Summer's love. I've got it. It's Summer's love. We're going with Summer's love because she is all love. We know that. So we're getting our ink. I've sat down, so I'm real low. Over here, we got to get it to a point, and we're going to paint Summer's name, which is easier to do with a pen. Trust me. Hold on, we need water. You got to water this out, get ink almost, so it flows better. And we want to take our time so it's something that can be read years later. We're almost there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I will come up to topside. I am overheated, so I won't be on there very long. Now let's write love. How's that, you guys? Then we'll sign it, and we'll have Summer's love always. And that's what we're calling this one. And normally I don't write on my paintings what their name is on the front, but Summer wanted it, so we will. This is her painting. Yeah, I was a little bit nervous today. I'm like, do I do this? Is this what I want to do? And I felt so guided to. I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. And I am so glad that you guys chose to do this with me. It was my honor to be able to share this moment with you and with Summer in the celebration of her life. And this spring, when we're able to plant trees, and that is after the Ides of March, I ask you to possibly consider planting a tree for the new roots that we're going to give our kids as we fight against this very corrupt situation in life, and start protecting our kids. Start teaching that we have to heal our inner wounds to be good to our children. We have to get to the bottom of it, and we have to start valuing our youth. I love you all. Okay, guys, what do you think of it? I'll come up to topside. Let's see if you can see it all. I'll try to back it up. I don't know if you can see me doing it all because the camera isn't really big enough. But that's what we have. It's not perfect. But do you love it or what? Look at it. It's just made for beautiful Summer. And we have created that peace that she so needed, y'all. We have created a place that Summer can always have her swing in peace. She can swing and grow her long, long, beautiful Ilsa hair that she can do like I did and drag her hair through this little bit of dirt, and she can enjoy life again. And that's what we give her, the celebration of her life. We plant trees, and with your help, we start making a change for all of our kids. Now, I'm makeup free. This is an all natural day just to celebrate being with you guys. I have a gift. So, the person that I gave this away to, I kept asking, for them to email, and I explained, if you don't email me by February 1st, I'm going to give this away, okay, to somebody else. So, when it came to Oakley Carlson, I and others started feeling like she could possibly have been abandoned, is the best way I can put it, at Mount Rainier, okay? Let me see if I sit here so I can explain it, because I don't want to have to stand the whole time, but I want you to be able to look at the painting. Okay, so others and I felt like it's possible that little missing Oakley Carlson could be at Mount Rainier. And so we had a person that is on our channel, also has her own channel, and does healing for others just because she's kind. She decided to be boots on the ground, and that's crystal medicine. And she does different healings and sends them to people for free. She's just a beautiful light. And I thought, you know what? Romira has given so much to our community. And Romira emails me, and she's like, who are you giving that deck to? And I'm like, I don't know yet. And she said, can I make a suggestion? I was like, absolutely. And she's like, what about crystal medicine? I can't imagine who else should get that. And I'm like, you are 100% right. How fitting. Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle, crystal medicine. I need you to get in touch with me. Send me your mailing address. I am giving this to you. It is a beautiful deck here. For those of you, you can get this on Amazon. You just Google it or whatever. I happen to get it thinking it would make a good gift because I have so many healers on my channel. So using the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle, Your Crystal Keys to Healing, Soul Guidance, and Self-Understanding by Judy Hall. And then as you can see, each card has a story and tells you, like this is Bumblebee Jasper. And look at the beautiful stone. And then it tells you what that healing quality is. She probably knows a lot of them. And on top of it, I kid you not, it comes with all of these beautiful cards. And look, what is that? It says Moonology Jasper. Oh gosh, that's beautiful. Anyway, look at that one. I mean, there's some beautiful, beautiful pieces in here. So we're going to give that to you, Crystal, as a thank you for being selfless, for being generous, and for healing others. Because I think there is nobody on this planet that will do more good with it than you would. I think that your gift is tremendous, and I want to help support those that have such beautiful gifts. And so many of you are finding out that once you get past the programming from your ex-life, your old life, that you do have spiritual gifts, and those spiritual gifts can heal others. They can bring peace to others. I mean, look, that brings a healing to me, and I just allowed it to come out from the brush. I didn't try to control it. I just knew I wanted to see summer swing, you know? I love you guys. I'm going to come over to chat, see what we got going on. So bear with me because I can't see very good. Yeah, and that tree, you're looking at my neck. I'm sorry, but for me to read this, it has to be this way. So Mallory Young, Crystal Medicine, thank you for alerting her. And then My Mannix, I like that. A tree is a long time. Yeah. I think we should. All right, lovelies. I love you to the moon and back. I love you to the summer moon Utah wells and back. And I hope that you guys, we get some relief in this case. You know, maybe something gets resolved so that we can bring her to rest. And until then, she shares her light with us. I love you guys to the moon and back. God bless you all. Thank you so much.